Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with Tommy Ommy. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with Tommy Ommy, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome once again. I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you're viewing it, please do the same. As always, before I even get into today's topic, yes, I got one hot topic I must talk about. And I'm talking about the Rucker Park landmark celebration. For those who don't know, Rucker Park here in New York City, Harlem, USA, just became a federal landmark this January had just passed. So on August 24th, this hot summer coming up, a major celebration will take place at Rucker Park, 155th Street. It's on a Sunday. If you in town, stick around. The celebration is going to be on fire. Listen, we celebrating. When I say we're talking about the Each One Teach One family and the Rucker Park family. We all celebrating this federal landmark. Listen, ain't too many parks out here in this world can say that they are federal landmark, especially here in this country. So we gonna celebrate August 24th. Man, listen, I don't even know who's gonna be out there. Then again, I do. I'll get back to you on that one. But for right now, listen, Rucker Park to me always meant something special. Listen, in my youth days playing for Each One Teach One, yeah, all-star MVP trophy still in this house to this day. I went up there 155th Street and gotten some ass that day in the All-Star game. Oh, did I? Yes, never forget that. I'll never forget that, man. Listen, Rucker Park to this day has helped keep so many of our youth out of trouble. Listen, August 24th, if you in the city or you got plans to come to New York City, come up to 155th Street, Frederick Douglass Boulevard, and hang out with us. It's going to be a great day. Bob McKellar and myself, we're praying that it's only 80 degrees with a nice breeze, with no rain. So we are on our knees. Start now. This is going to be a great celebration, y'all. Listen, let's get started with today's topic. I'm talking about the NBA Conference Finals 2025. The NBA Conference Finals 2025. This round, we going to see players who really don't belong on that court. Why? Because the ball's going to be too damn hot for them. They don't want no responsibility. Oh, we talking about trying to go to the NBA Finals. We talking about representing the Eastern and the Western Conference. So that ball's going to be too damn hot for some players. Oh, you talking about giving it up? Don't want nothing to have to do with it. Mentally, this is when you know who's who and who's not. Listen, I can't wait for these conference rounds to begin. We got in the Eastern, we got the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. And out west, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Oklahoma Thunder. Listen, we got new faces trying to make it into the NBA Finals. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. So for this round, I got my veterans for this show who are going to give you their views and opinions on these conference finals. So let me introduce you to my veteran guests. These are no strangers to the show. And they know, man, they know the NBA. That's the only way they can get on the show. So, let me introduce you to my guests. I got Brian T. from Brooklyn, New York. Yes, I got Big Mel from Queens, New York. Also, I got the Cosby, man. I got Cosby from Roselle, New Jersey. Plus, the J Ice from Brooklyn, New York. How's everyone doing? Talk to me, fellas. Please unmute yourself. Please tell me how you're doing.
What's good? What's good, fellas?
What's good? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Ready to do this?
Ready to do this.
Listen.
Go New York, go New York, go.
All right, give me yeah. Give me the energy. Listen. I got your boy up here, Mr. Clutch, all season. I'm hoping I'm doing right. Okay, I'm hoping I'm doing right. I got Mr. Clutch up here. So
have more pictures up there.
Yeah, well, we gonna see. Yeah, we gonna.
Purple and gold.
Well, we gonna.
All blue and yellow.
Listen, I'm never coming back home. Laker till I die. Never coming back home. So listen, I got 5 questions for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Plus a bonus at the end. So let's get busy with these conference round questions. Brian T., I'm starting with you, Brian.
Bring it.
In the Eastern semifinals round, the New York Knicks were up 2-1 when Jason Tatum suffered a ruptured Achilles late in the fourth quarter in Game 4 in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks took the lead and looked like they were going to win even if Tatum didn't get hurt. So question, Brian T., do you think the Boston Celtics would have forced a Game 7 if Jason Tatum did not get hurt? Please explain.
No, I don't think so. And I remember saying to myself during that game, right before he got hurt, I was like, the Knicks are gonna win this series. It just looked obvious that it was gonna happen that way. I don't know what was going on with Boston, maybe because Porzingis was in and out. They're a jump shooting team, man. When you're a jump shooting team, you gotta live by that jump shot. And they was not hitting it. And in the playoffs, it could get you in a deep, deep hole. And the Knicks, they gritty, man. They play like a New York, like you outside playing pickup. You know what I'm saying? They go into the rack, they acting like it's windy outside. They go into the hole, they got Karl Anthony Towns down there banging, doing his little antics and stuff like that. I thought they had Boston's number after a while. So to answer your question, no, I don't think so, because like I said, right before he got hurt, I was saying to myself, Boston gonna lose this series. So when he got hurt, I knew it was over then. I didn't even really watch the series no more after that, really.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that in the office. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for your responses. Big Mel, same question, Big Mel. Do you think the Boston Celtics would have forced a Game 7 if Jason Tatum did not get hurt?
I don't think so. I think the series went the same way, because I was looking at the way the series was going before he got hurt, the way the Knicks was playing, and Boston being his jump shooting team, living and dying by the 3. They played good defense, but kind of had them, as a defending champs, you got to respect that. But you could tell the way the series was going, and Thibodeau finally making adjustments on his coaching, finally, using the bench, rotating, coaching. That's been the big thing in the series, I think. I think he out-coached Boston's. That's what I think the big factor is in that one. So to answer the question there, I think Knicks was going to win this series. They had their number. Knicks was playing their defense. They had everything going in and out. You could tell by them first 2 games. Up 20 points. You up 20 points, lose those games in Boston? Come on. And Tatum was playing. So they had a whole team playing, except maybe Porzingis in and out of the lineup. But from there, man, losing 2 home games like that, man, come on. I mean, that pretty much was it, man.
Okay. Well, thank you for your response, Big Mel. Same question, Cosby. Do you think Boston Celtics would have forced a Game 7 if Jason Tatum did not get hurt?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the crowd, man. No, I think they came out flat. They were playing very flat to me. Relying too much on the 3-pointer, no passing cut, just no fire. And then like my man said, the Knicks were coming out. I mean, they were looking to tear their heart out from the minute the game started to the end. And then even after the games were over, I think the Knicks were just in Boston's head throughout the whole series. So I'm going to definitely have to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think I already know the question for Jay Ice. You know what I'm saying? This diehard Knicks fan who been bleeding orange and blue for decades. Talk to me.
Listen, if any team can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, it used to be my Knicks and stuff. They could do it. So to say Boston could have went to a Game 7, possibly. I doubted it because the Knicks are playing like the rest of the brothers the same. We had this series because Boston didn't really want to show up. Knicks they're not the Knicks are old. They got Mr. Clutch. The ball is down when it counts. Towns, he's kind of like a linchpin to the offense when he starts playing the way he should be playing, and stop trying to be a baller and just play a center position. Because when he was backing them down, playing power ball inside, that's when things started really moving around. And then you get him and Robinson in the game at the same time. So I was like, Knicks could have been in 4. They let Boston get that little, game back because what you figured they were going to come out, but they didn't show up. They ruined my Saturday, but it was all good. But yeah, Knicks in 5 is what I thought.
Come on, Knicks fan. Come on. Before I move on to the second question, you really had your Knicks to win in 5? Come on, man. Stop it. Oh my God. Well, listen. I'm gonna weigh in on this real quick. I truly believe if Jason Tatum did not go down, Knicks was winning that game anyway. Okay, the game that he went down, Knicks was winning that game. I didn't see Boston coming back, even though the lead wasn't that much. I saw the Knicks winning that, right? I saw Tatum and Brown forcing the Game 7 along with the others. The way the Knicks went in Game 5 to Boston was like, okay, we don't want to win it here. They came in with that attitude. We don't want to win it here. We want to win it in front of our crowd Friday night. I truly believe if Tatum was not hurt, that would not have been the thought process. Right? I believe Boston still wins Game 5 in Boston, and I truly believe Tatum's there. They squeak out. I'm not saying that the Knicks loses the series. I'm just saying it goes to 7. That's just my opinion only. Because I don't think y'all come in with that same attitude Game 5 in Boston. Because y'all came in like, let them have it. We want to do this in front of our crew Friday night, in front of our fans Friday night. I don't think y'all come in with that attitude Game 5 if Tatum is not hurt. I'm just saying. Because my man was doing the damn thing before he went down. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. Thank y'all for your responses. I want to move on to question number 2, Brian T. In the Western semifinals round, the Golden State Warriors tied the series 1-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Warriors superstar Stephen Curry pulled his hamstring in Game 1 and could not return. Curry goes on to miss Games 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my question, Brian T., if Stephen Curry did not get injured, do you think the Warriors would have won this series?
No.
Talk to me. No?
No. This is about Ant-Man right now. And this is Ant-Man's time. He's coming through. I didn't think Golden State was going to win the series before that. but they won. Okay, they got to the next round, but I didn't see them winning. Even before the series started, I didn't see them winning it. So when Curry went down, I already knew it was doubly a loss for them. So I just didn't see it. Ant-Man is doing his thing out there. You know, they got a great bench. They play with a lot of intensity. I give credit to Golden State though. You know, ever since they got Jimmy Butler, they look like a different team. And you know, they put a little scare in a few people, but I don't think they was built. I don't think they was built to last. So I don't think they was gonna win that series at all.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your response. Same question, Big Mel. Same question. If Stephen Curry did not get hurt, do you think the Warriors would have won that series?
That's a good one. That's a good question. That's a good one. I think the series, when it ended in 5, I think with a Steph Curry, I think that series would have probably went 7.
Okay.
And maybe Minnesota might have squeaked it out, but I don't think so. Now with Steph, I mean, they won game 1 because Steph had 13 points. I mean, he was going crazy before he got hurt with the hamstring in game. So who knows how that series could have been? They could have probably stole that game 2. We don't know. So to answer the question there, I think maybe Minnesota, if they squealed, probably would have been in 7, if anything. But I think it would have been either 7 or could have been a toss-up. I'm going here and there with it. But
Okay. So maybe for you. Okay. Same question, Cosby. Same question. Talk to me.
Golden State in 6.
Mm.
Golden State in 6. I'm telling you. I think I don't know. I think even though it should be Ant-Man's world, but I think he needed another year or two. I think he was fortunate that Golden State, Steph Curry got injured. It kind of propelled him a little faster ahead of schedule. Hopefully he can maintain it and get through. But I don't think he was going to do. Golden State's pass and cut game is nuts. And if Steph Curry was on, I just don't see how they could have handled Butler with Curry at the same time. Personally, that's my opinion.
Thank you so much for that, Cosby. Same question, Jay Ice. Talk to me.
Yo, listen, I think when you say Steph Curry, I put him as a +2. That means you already got 2 games because he's on the court. So, you know, I had Golden State, Minnesota. They're the squad, but you know, you just can't put your finger on it with Steph because he makes everybody better, man. Butler's going to be getting his points for that. The Golden State's going to be flowing. He gets hurt. They just didn't have. It's like Knicks losing Brunson. It's, you know, now the cart got 3 wheels. That's it. You can't put another wheel on and have it fit the same way. So I would have had Golden State 6 games. You know, because they're tried and true. You know, Draymond Green. I mean, he's like lemonade, man. You get sweet and sour with that, but he makes it work. He makes it work. So when Steph got hurt, you know, and Minnesota got a squad. I mean, they got a good squad, and you know, they got my little Knicks over there now and stuff, and they're playing with the heart. So Curry getting hurt definitely, you know, tanked them and stuff. I would have had Golden State.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank all 4 of y'all for your responses for question number 2. And before we even move on, right, I'm the one to just weigh in on this second question. I truly believe if Babyface Assassin did not get hurt, because prior to that game, I saw him just like I saw Aaron Gordon. The game 6 scratching that you know that's that sign when you see them scratching that back thigh, they scratching that thigh. I says, yo, that hand be about. So I saw it, and Curry, I saw it. I says, oh man, I hope it holds up. Hope it holds up, because if you seen him pre-game before the game started, he was in a great move. He was running and chest bumping all his teammates as they were shooting around. So he was in a great mood. I said to myself, Warriors can win this series. As much as I'm on Ant-Man and loving this young cat, I said, Warriors, they are pain. This guy here, he's a pain in the ass. That's why, as a Laker fan, I did not want to see him. right? But then you be careful for what you wish. We got knocked out the way we got knocked out by by Timberwolves. But what I'm trying to say is, with this dude Curry, man, the attention is just bananas. So I'm like you, Ice. I really think they would have sneaked this series out in a 6-7. You know what I'm saying? Because Curry. You know what I'm saying? This dude he's on another planet. He's been on another planet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna answer my own question. Yes, I truly believe they beat the Warriors in a tight one, either in 6 or 7, because of Curry being there, man. And when when he went down, I said, yo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Just a matter of time when it's gonna happen. So. I wanted to answer that.
You said they beat Minnesota. You said you beat the Warriors. You meant Minnesota.
The what? Minnesota. That's what I meant. You know what I meant. Yeah, babyface assassin. You know what I'm saying? Would have beat Minnesota in 6 or 7 if Curry did not go down. Before I move on to question number 3, y'all, I want to talk about the Eastern Conference matchup, right? And the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. I want y'all, even though y'all know, but then again, I want to put this in your head right now in the play-up matchups. The centers go as follows. Miles Turner is going to be guarding and vice versa, Karl Anthony Towns. Think about that matchup, right? And then you got the power forwards and Pascal Siakam versus Josh Hart. Think about these matchups and who you think favors, no matter if it's your team or not. Who got the edge on each matchup is what I want y'all to put in your head right now. Then small forwards with Aaron Nesmith versus OG, right? And then you got your shooting guards and Andrew Nembhard versus Mikal Bridges. And then we already know point guards Tyrese Halliburton versus Mr. Clutch, right? Jalen Brunson, right? Think about those matchups. And then think about Coach Tibbs and Coach Rick Carlisle, who they bringing off the bench, right? Now, bench players for Mitchell, bench players for the Knicks, right? We got Mitchell Robinson and Miles McBride, right? We know those two are definitely coming off the bench, right? You may see Precious, right? Campaign, right? Or Shamit, right? You may see those three. But those two, Mitchell Robinson and Miles Bridges, Miles McBride, they coming off the bench, right? You know that, right? And so I want y'all to think about that, right? So, Brian T., question number 3. In the Eastern Conference Finals, between the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers, which team will represent the Eastern Conference in the finals? Please explain.
I'm going to say Indiana.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because of this. I heard about all of the matchups that you said, and I agree that Siakam is maybe the only position to where I would say give them an edge one-on-one across. You're looking across from each other because I think Brunson is better than the Indiana point guard. I mean, he's good and everything, but I got Brunson on that. Your boy down low, the center for Indiana, he does his thing defensively, he blocks shots and all that. So what I'm saying is that Indiana, they have the chemistry is just crazy. They play like one of those international teams that have been playing for a lot of years. Because if you look at the Cleveland series, Cleveland across the board had them beat one-on-one. If you look across the matchups, but they beat them because they was a better team. They had better chemistry. So they were well coached. They played basketball the right way, and that's the same thing with the Knicks. The Knicks have the stars, just like Cleveland did. And I thought Cleveland was going to win that series. I couldn't see no way that Indiana could have beat them because, like I said, they match up better across the board. But they came out there and they playing with a reckless abandon. And the Knicks, you know, I don't think that they were better than Cleveland. I don't think they're better than Cleveland at all. So if Indiana could beat Cleveland, they for sure could beat the Knicks. It's going to be a close series. It's going 7 for sure because they got the stars on the Knicks side and it's going to carry them. The stars are going to carry the Knicks for sure, and they're going to play well at home. The Garden is always rocking, so it's definitely going 7. But I think Indiana edges it out.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Brian T. And I failed to mention the bench players coming off Indiana's bench, right? You got Mathurin, you got Obi Toppin, right? And you got big man Thomas Bryant, and you got T.J. McConnell, right? So we know those 4 players for the Pacers are definitely getting minutes, right? The only 2 that we can guarantee that's going to get some minutes, because I want y'all to think about this, is going to be Mitchie Robinson and McBride because of the coaching style. Same question, Big Mel. Who in the Eastern Conference Finals is going to represent in the conference finals?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one. You know what? I guess this will make Knicks fans happy. I'm going to say the Knicks. It's going to be, I'm going to say 7, but it's going to be a grind. I think it's going to be a revenge series because I felt that last year they would have beat the Pacers if they had their full team. They had Bronson, they had their captain. So that's why Indiana won that series. You know what I mean? When they beat them last year.
Right.
So I think with the upgrades the Knicks did this year, that's gonna be a good matchup though, man. Townsend, Turner. Oh my goodness, man. That's gonna be a good matchup, man.
Man.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good matchup, man. So I think the key of this one, I think Brunson's a key. I think the coaching is very huge. I think he's gonna have to maybe go a little bit in his bench. 2 people, I don't think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be getting burnt out. You know what I'm saying? You got to even out those minutes because the Pacers going to have bodies out there, fresh bodies.
Oh, Pacers going to have bodies. They're going to be running. They're going to be gunning. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so that's going to be the key. If he gets stubborn and want to go 6 and keep Brunson there whole full game, then it's going to be a different result. But if he kind of keeps on the pace he did this past series against Boston, they got a shot. Definitely got a shot. I mean, definitely.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Big Mel. Before I move on to you, Cosby, I mean, Coach Tibbs, this guy get nervous if a team scores back-to-back. They up 25, 30 points against the Celtics the other night. He still got the starters out, 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. I said, what is he worried about? Listen, man, listen. Same question, Mike Cosby. Same question. Who in the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers? Which team will represent the Eastern Conference in the finals? Talk to me.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one. My heart says the Knicks, of course, all day, every day. Indiana is sneaky. Just like Brian said, they play together. The Knicks, Mikal Bridges and Townsend. Those are the keys. If they come up to play just like they played against Boston, then I can see the Knicks winning. But if Mikal Bridges comes out flat, and if Townsend gets into foul trouble, because I think Siakam is going to be attacking the hole, I think that's going to be a problem. And I can see Indiana beating them 6-7 games.
Okay. Thank you, Knick fan. Thank you for that. Yeah. You listen, you ain't the only one saying it.
Yeah, I know, but because Mikal Bridges kind of he went back to being the old Mikal. You know what I'm saying? When he was the lead dog, and they allowed him to play that way. Hopefully, Tibbs allows him to continue to play that way. If he doesn't play that way, they're gonna have a hard time, man. I'm just being real.
Yeah, and before I move on to you, Jay Ice, you mentioned Bridges being a big reason why the Knicks could win this series. And the reason why I threw out the matchups, because I wanted y'all to think about Aaron Nesmith is going to be guarding Mikal Bridges. And if you don't know anything about Nesmith, he gets off on locking people down. This is what he does. He could care less if he scores a basket. So I could see him having Bridges on lock from time to time, and you're not gonna even know that Bridges isn't even on the court sometimes. I'm gonna be honest with you with this guy Nesmith. Nesmith is he's that dude on defense. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he's gonna switch off from time to time on Jalen because he's their defensive specialist. That's what I'm trying to say. J.I., same question. In the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers, which team will represent the Eastern Conference in the finals? I already know what you're going to say, but say it anyway. Oh, I think we got Jay Ice on it. Okay, Jay, talk to me.
All right. Listen, Nesmith, we got him in our back pocket from last year. He's still having bad dreams. Brunson, we match up with point guards. Brunson definitely in front, small forward. We're gonna have Hart and Bridges, and Anunoby is gonna be a power forward. I think him and Siakam going at each other. That's gonna be the tail of the tape. But the key players off the bench, Mitchell Robinson and McBride, got to have good games because T.J. McConnell. And he's going to come in there and run us like how Boston had Pritchard. We're susceptible to that running gun and pushing the ball up the court if we don't get our players in there too. But the Knicks got to go 10. I mean, all season long, they had a bench that played during the games. Hawk Porty, Chalamet, as well. They all got to get some points in it. So if Tibbs, if he's learning, as the brother was saying, earlier, start using the bench more early in the game so that these guys don't get burnt out. Because I swear, if he burns my boys out and we don't get to game 7, then he got to go. But I think the Knicks 6-6, maybe 7.
Okay, thank you for that, Knick fan. So you really think Tibbs is gonna go 10? You know that ain't happening.
It will.
Okay, all right.
He's learning. He's scared, but he's learning.
Right, Precious,
Cameron Payne, and Shamit. I named those 3 because I said you may see them. Those will be then will be your 10th. And if you do see those 3, they get maybe 1-2 minutes.
He's going to find out the first half of the first game. He's going to find out that he's going to have to. It's going to have to start running.
Right, Miles McBride. Yes, he got Tibbs. That's his dude. That's his dude along with Mitchell. Those 2 going to get some minutes, major minutes. I don't know about the other 3, though, so we're going to see. Thank y'all for your responses for question number 4. Brian T. Excuse me. Question number 3, Brian T. Question number 4. In the Western Conference Finals between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma Thunder, which team will represent the Western Conference in the finals? And before I even find out from you, let's talk about these Western Conference matchups, fellas. Right? At the center position, we got Rudy Gobert going at it against Isaiah Hartenstein. Think about that. Power forwards Julius Randle versus Chet Holmgren. Think about that. Woo! Think about that. Talk about a weight difference, right? Think about that, right? Height difference too, right? Small forwards Jaden McDaniels versus Jalen Williams. Yeah, that's going to be a matchup ball with the shooting guards. Anthony Edwards versus the defensive specialist Lou Dort. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Think about that, right? And you already know point guards, the veteran, 17-year veteran Mike Conley versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, I want to talk about who comes off the bench, right? For the Western Conference Thunders, right? You got other Jalen Williams, big man, Alex Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, Kassan Wallace, and Isaiah Joe. We know those cats are going to get some run, right? That we know. So question, Brian T. Who is representing the Western Conference?
Well,
Talk to me.
before I answer that question, I just want to give a round of applause to the Joker.
Yeah, we could. We give a round of applause to the Joker.
What that man did this year and here in the playoffs, after the coach got fired, you had Aaron Gordon's hurt, you had Michael Porter Jr.'s hurt. I don't know what's going on with their point guard. He's up and down, and he dragged his team, man. He dragged them to 7 games with the best team in the league just now. They just, they just gave it up here at the end. But man, so the way I looked at that was this last NFL season when they were saying who's the MVP between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. They was going back and forth all season, and then they met each other in the playoffs. And I told you in the office, whoever win this game to me, I think is the MVP, even though it don't work that way. But that's how I look at it. And that's how I look at it this year with the MVP in the NBA. They went head to head, and my man won. SGA won it. So you got to give him that. Now, matching them up with the Timberwolves, they're gonna beat the Timberwolves. I think they're gonna beat the Timberwolves in 5 games. I think I think that handling Jokic like they had to handle him and buckle down and get their defense right, it really hardened them for the next series. I don't trust a lot of the players that's on the Timberwolves. Only one I like really is Anthony and Naz Reid. They come the ball, but the way OKC plays, man, they come in waves, man. They got these guys long, athletic, come off the bench, playing defense, deflecting passes, dunking on everybody, shooting threes. And then you got SGA just orchestrating everything. You got the lockdown defenders on the wings with Dort. I mean, they just got everything to me. I think it's going to be a cakewalk for them in these next 2 series, and they're going to win the finals.
Wow. Listen. I failed to tell you who's coming off the Timberwolves bench. You got Dante. You got Naz Reid, right? Who else we got coming off that bench? And we got my man Alexander. So you really think this is going to be a cakewalk?
Yeah, Julius Randle. I mean, you can't really count on this guy, man.
Randle playing. This ain't the Randle from New York.
That's what you say until the game he don't play. You know what I'm saying? That's been his whole career.
I can't fight you.
The Knicks fans know that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they got that lockdown defense in OKC, man. You can't be playing dilly and dallying with the ball out there with these guys. They're gonna pick you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Brian T, for that question, for those responses. Same question, Big Mel. Who's representing the Western Conference?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go as far as my man V. I'm not gonna go that far. I got OKC, but I'm not going. Man, these boys ain't no joke, man. Anyway, I am going to go with. I think OKC is going to win it. I think they'll do it in 6. I just think, them ain't no joke, man. They deep. They bench is deep. I just think the difference in this series is the fact these guys are young. OKC. The way they play defense and they bench, they got our old guy from the Lakers up there, man. I'm just shaking my head like, Caruso.
Yeah, he hitting threes now.
Now
he hitting threes. He hitting threes now.
I'm just shaking my head on that one. That'll be for another day with that. But like I said, these dudes, man, they defend. They're gonna be giving Timberwolves some issues, man. They defense alone, man, is gonna be giving these dudes some issues. You know what I'm saying? And man, he's gonna have to play both ends of the floor. And the thing about it with them, they're so humbling. OKC, like I like his game. He just be destroying people. Don't be saying nothing. You don't be seeing him talking. He just play basketball.
Yeah.
He just play ball, man. He just don't say. He lets his game do the talking for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to sum it up, I got these boys coming out of the West. OKC, man. I got them coming out.
Okay. Well, thank you, Big Mel, for your responses to question number 4. Same question, Cosby. Who's representing the Western Finals?
Wow. If Ant-Man has the mentality to score 35 a game and Rudy doesn't get in foul trouble, I give them a shot. If those two things don't happen, then I got OKC winning it.
Okay. Valid point. Rudy's known for being in foul trouble. But one thing, Rudy's not playing against an offensive threat in Isaiah Hartenstein, so he should not be in foul trouble. He should not. But we going to see. J Ice, same question. Who's representing the West?
Listen, this is a scary pick, man. I think whatever it's going to be 6 or 7 games. It could be either or Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves, for some reason, they're just calling to me that they probably do it in 6 or 7. There's going to be some dynamic games there because, like you said, Gobert versus Hartenstein. Hartenstein is offensive, but he's offensive from the lane in and stuff. So Gobert might have his problems there. I do think that Randall shows up. I think he found new life over in Minnesota where he can play his bully ball type of game because Ant-Man, compliments him. He's kind of like a little bit of a Jordan and how he compliments him on to whatever team I got on the floor, then I fit in and do it. I'm scared of OKC because those boys are pickpockets, man. They're getting them at half court. I mean, today's game was like, I was like, damn, he didn't even get across half court. The ball and Caruso dunking, setting up, taking 2 steps from the foul line. Come on, man. That's a good pick for OKC, man, because he's the veteran that puts the glue in there and makes things happen. Sean's Gilgeous, man, he's like silent assassin. I mean, he just does his game. Next he's got 30, 40 points and I hurt you all up and stuff. But the kid that I point to is Holmgren. Because I saw that boy when he was in college. For a tall, hanger, that boy plays some ball. I think that's he could be the difference maker because he puts it on him and he plays defense. I saw him punch some people's shots and I'm like, the boy's there. So I do think Minnesota finds a way, 6 or 7 games. But if OKC comes out on top, I ain't hating it at all because they're both good teams and both got good dynamics and stuff. That it may come down to a couple crucial calls, plays, people showing up, not showing up, threes being made at the last second. But I think there's going to be some squeakers. I'm watching every game.
Okay. Well, thank all 4 of y'all for your responses for question number 4. Before we move on to the last question, I got to weigh in on both the Eastern and the Western. I'm going to tell you my picks right now. In the Indiana Knicks series, I got the Knicks in 7. I got the Knicks beating them in 7 because for 2 reasons. One, y'all got home court. And I truly believe that the 3 other teams, I was jumping ahead into the championship. I believe Indiana in Game 7, when it goes Game 7 here in New York City, is going to just come up a little short. Because this dude here is going to be the difference, along with OG. OG, I told you Knicks fans, not just the ones I'm talking to right now. I told all Knicks fans as I could tell when y'all got OG from Toronto, and most Knicks fans didn't even follow OG when he's with Toronto. So when they made the move to get OG, I'm talking and I'm hearing Knicks fans, who's OG? I said, now, me being a Knicks hater, I said, now the Knicks is talking because I followed this dude in Toronto. I know what he meant. And the first 10 games as a Knick, all Knicks fans said, okay, now I understand why we got him. Now, OG is the key to helping this brother go to the finals. And OG shows up. If OG can show up 6 and 7, Knicks pull it out. Knicks pull it out. I got the New York Knicks pulling out this series in 7 here in New York City. And I got the OKC beating the Timberwolves. Timberwolves is going to figure out because OKC is going to figure out how to beat them when they go zone because Timberwolves is going to go zone. They're going to have no choice but to go zone on OKC because they can't keep up with that speed. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep up because OKC want to run. Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, they don't want to run. They don't want to run. They don't want to run. It's not them for 48 minutes. So they're going to go zone. And I'm going to be real zoomed in on how OKC are able to score. They'll figure it out after a game. I got OKC winning this 6-7. But OKC and the Knicks will meet in the NBA Finals. That's my opinion only. And I'm going to leave it like that. And we're going to move on to question number 5. We're going to go outside the box. And my question to you, Brian T., is this. We have Giannis, who has stated that he wants to test the trade market this offseason. If Giannis decides he wants to be traded, what should your team, I'm asking all 4 of you, your team, because everybody going to be jumping on Giannis. Ain't going to be a team in NBA that's not going to say we ain't interested. That will be BS. So, what should your team give up to get him? Brian T., you're a Sixer fan, if I'm not mistaken. Talk to me. What would you give up to give Giannis?
Well, no, I'm not a Sixer fan. I was
right. You're an Embiid man, right?
Yeah, I'm an Embiid man. I was a process guy. I don't have a team in the NBA like that. This year, I'm riding with OKC. So if I'm gonna answer the question for OKC, I would give up Jalen Williams to get him.
Okay, one
for sure. And probably one of them guys. You probably have to give up one of them guys off the bench, like a Casey Wallace. That would hurt, but you might have to do it for the Greek Freak. Imagine him on that team. Man, that would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. I mean, you have down low, you're not gonna be able to score. You got SGA. I mean, I would see a dynasty right there. But here's what I really want to say about the Greek Freak. I think the Dallas with the number 1 pick should package that and get him. I think that would make their fans happy again. They got a superstar, top 5 guy in the NBA to replace Luka Doncic, and and they got him with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. I mean, come on, man.
You saying Cooper Flag and a few others Dallas gives up to get Giannis. Okay. And you saying on the OKC tip, Jalen Williams and maybe Wallace coming off the bench.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
You put them on any team, it's ridiculous. But if you put them on those 2 teams, come on, man, you're looking at a finals run.
Okay, so before I move on to you, Big Mel, I'm going to respond to this real quick. We talking about Giannis here, y'all. Okay, we're not talking about I don't want to disrespect any player. We're talking about Giannis. He's an animal. He's a beast. He's Africa. Every country in Africa that got wildlife, that's Giannis. So you got to come. You got to bring. You got to even that out. And Jalen Williams and a Wallace coming. That's not evening it out, Brian.
Yeah, but they're having a meeting. They have a meeting this week.
That's number 1.
They're having a meeting this week.
Okay, all right. So we know what Giannis brings. So we got the team's gonna have to come even. Okay, you're gonna have to give it up.
What if he want to leave though?
Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Thank you for your response, Brian T. Big Mel, same question. We talking Giannis here, y'all. Okay. All right. Maybe I needed to stress that some. We talking the whole kingdom of Africa. He's a beast. Okay, so you being a Laker fan, Big Mel, who should the Lakers give up?
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
the
who.
question.
I'm
Talk
gonna
to
tell
me.
you. I'm gonna tell you who we give up. I'm gonna tell you right now who we give up.
Give it
Give
up.
LeBron.
Give up. Okay, LeBron.
Give LeBron. Get LeBron
Okay.
out of here. Get
Okay.
LeBron James. Get him out of here. He's at the end. Get him out of here.
Okay.
We work with Luka. You know what I'm saying? We got Luka and Giannis together. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Giannis and Luka together? Come on, man.
Okay. All right. So for you, LeBron. So.
And his son. And his son. Get him out of
And
here.
the son.
Too.
Oh, you got to
Get him
package
out of here
the
too.
son.
Package them both up.
You got to package the son.
Package them both up, yo. You want to play with his son so bad? You want to play with his son so bad? Yo, package them two both up. Package them up. Go ahead. Package them up and go to Milwaukee.
So let me get this straight before I move on to Cosby. You really truly believe, I know the king gonna be 41 years old this December. You still believe his skill and his value is even as Giannis at this point. Giannis being 30 and the king about to be 41. You think they still on the same level?
Not at all. That's why I said we got to give him up, give up his son, and a couple.
Okay.
I don't think we got any picks. I don't think we got any picks to even give. We didn't give up all our picks.
Nah, I got no pick.
We got no picks. So we got to
so-
figure something out.
Okay, so
we gotta look at maybe we have to do like we package up his son and him. Maybe we look at our team real good. Maybe we could pick up maybe 2 players in there. We gotta look and see. I gotta look and see what we got on our bench. I gotta look and see what we got going on. But LeBron can get out of here. That's definitely that'll have Milwaukee thinking right there. That will have them already thinking. They're like, oh, right, they're gonna give LeBron. Okay, we listening. Okay. So that's all we want them to do. Start listening. Then we can start being like, okay, we can start matching him. Hey, you can have his son if you want. Hey, we can give you this person. We give you this person. We ain't give you Luka. No, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We keeping Luka right where he's at. We'll go ahead and get LeBron, his son, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure this thing out. We'll add some money incentives in there or something.
All right, so LeBron, his son, and a few others is what you're saying. You just don't know who the few others are at this moment.
I got to look more at our roster and see what we got going on there.
All right,
you know
okay.
This is one on. Hey, Brian T. This is one I want to hear. Okay, because we talking Giannis. Okay, okay. Cosby, come strong. You a Laker, and I know you a Knicks fan. I'll let you go either team you want to go with. Either team you want to go with. So, who you giving up?
Yeah, Big Mel is funny because LeBron ain't going to no Milwaukee. LeBron will retire before that even happens. I gotta be honest with you there. So that ain't happening. Never, ever, ever, never. Going to the Knicks, I give up Towns and I'll give up Bridges for Giannis.
Towns and Bridges.
That's what I would do. I don't know if they'll take it, but that's what I would do. But I don't know. I don't think Milwaukee's getting rid of Giannis. They just need younger people and some shooters, man. And then they'll be in good shape. They'll be back in the game. But that's how I feel. Towns and Bridges.
Towns and Bridges. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. That would be sufficient, I believe, for the Bucks. And just for you guys to understand, Giannis is not going to if he's testing right now, right? And then when he decides this offseason, yeah, man, I want out, right? Every team, right? Now, he's not trying to go to any team, right? He's 30 years old. He already won a chip. He wants to start winning some more chips, okay? So you won't see him at the Washington Wizards, right? The Brooklyn Nets, right? Okay, you won't see him with those teams, okay? So Knicks, if you gonna give up Towns and Bridges, yeah, man, now you're talking. Now you're talking. J.I., same question. You a Knicks fan. Who you giving up?
Listen, a combination between Towns and Anunoby, Robinson, Bridges. It's gonna be two out of those four. It's a possibility because Milwaukee's gonna want something big in return. They're gonna want some height. So one of the centers got to go. When you look at how Giannis fits in with Towns, Giannis is gonna play the power forward.
Right.
If we keep Robinson and get rid of Towns, so Giannis plays the center, and we have Anunoby at power forward too. So that plays out well too. But I think we at least two of those, and I don't think we have any more draft picks left because we get more for Bridges.
No, y'all got 4. Y'all got 4 first rounders.
Oh, then
if I'm not mistaken.
Two,
yeah,
at least 2, could be 3. It's cut down on having to get rid of and lose another body so we don't destroy the core.
Right.
Anybody off the bench, McBride might be the thing. Definitely, one of the other younger guys, and so Achua possibly. If they want some value and some personnel back. But I'm thinking, Orlando might be a good spot with Banchero for Giannis too. I think that would be a good combination. I don't know how they would get him down there, being the market and all, but for the Knicks, it'd be painful. But we got a lot of players that, once we win this chip this time around, I don't mind losing them.
Okay, so you said as a Knicks fan, J. Ice, Towns, OG, Mitchell, or Bridges, and a combination. Okay, all right, okay, that and draft picks. Okay, that sounds good to me. And so me being a Laker fan, who I will give up, right? I'll give up Jackson Hayes because I know they want some height. I know they want some height. I'll give up LeBron because like you said, Big Mel, Bron is done. Okay, I'll give up Austin Reeves, okay? All right, because we got nothing draft pick-wise to give them, okay? We tapped out into 2030 or something like that, right? And so I'll give them Jackson Hayes for height. I'll give them LeBron. I'll give them Austin Reeves. 3-for-1 deal, okay? I give them the 3-for-1 deal. Yeah, I give them 3-for-1 deal. And if they say, nah, we want one more, I'll give up Hachi. Now you got 4. You got those 4 for 1. I'll give up that 4. Why? Because I know what this man gonna give us. He's gonna give us the center position when we need to, right? We can always get Mark Williams or a low-level center, right? Okay, to replace Jackson Hayes. So that's not a biggie, right? But we got Giannis with the Luka. Right? And then we throw in whoever else we throw in after that. Okay? All right? But yeah, man. Teams are going, if this man says next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, yes, I want out. And I truly believe he's going to tell the world I want out because there's nothing there keeping them there. And there's nothing Milwaukee can do far as they got nothing coming to them, okay? Draft picks and not, they got nothing. You got Damian Lillard who probably ain't gonna play next season. He's banged up, okay? And I know he already figured it out. I made a mistake when I said go get Damian and give up Drew Holiday. I made a mistake, but he would never say that, right? Chris Middleton is not there no more. He's with Washington. Old man Lopez is done, okay? Right? Who we talking? Right, Prince? What's keeping him there? Nothing. So he's going. It's just a matter of time when he opens his mouth and the team's going to be packaging players up like a mother. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm waiting for that, and I'm hoping as a Laker fan that we can, give up LeBron because LeBron will have to go. You know what I'm saying? Give them another year or 2 with Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Thank y'all for all 5 questions, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Here's the bonus. Starting with you, Brian T. You got 2 minutes to get whatever you want to get off your sports chest. Talk to me, Brian T.
All right, let me get this off my chest. First of all, we start slow. I'm really looking forward to this WNBA season this year. This is the most I've ever looked forward to a WNBA season. I like the stars they got. I like the teams they got. The Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry is beautiful, and that's what the league needs. You got people coming from the college ranks like Olivia Miles, Juju Watkins,
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia Fulwiley. I mean, it's going to be popping for the years to come. But this year, I'm really looking forward. You got Paige Beckers in her rookie year. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, this is what I don't like about what's happening with the NBA because I'm seeing it way too much on social media that they trying to make Caitlin Clark into a victim where which she's getting fouled hard and these girls are jealous of her and all that. I don't like that narrative and it's kind of souring it a little bit for me on the league because if you look at the counterpart, like, you want to compare the league to other leagues, whether it be man or woman. So if you look at the NBA, they did the same thing to see when you get pros, they don't like when people come in and they give them too much before they earned it. So you look at what Jordan and Pippen did to Tony Kukoc in the Olympics. How
Right.
they how they hounded him and didn't let him score nothing, and they made him look like because their owner Reinsdorf was saying that he's going to come in and be the next star of the Bulls. So they just wanted to show him what was what. Same thing with Shaq when he made the All-Star game in his rookie year. The players they phased him out, fouled him, didn't let him score. This has nothing to do with jealousy. All it is saying, look, they're giving you a little bit too much right now. We're gonna show you what's what. And that's exactly what happened with Caitlin Clark. That's all they did. They was fouling her hard. They was showing, look, they trying to give you all of this, but you ain't earned it yet. So this is what we're gonna do to you. So I look at that as good competition. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has to do with jealousy. I don't like how they was trying to make the sisters look in the WNBA, calling them jealous and petty and all that. And,
Yeah.
and so when I was watching the game, what they had with Clayton Clark and Angel Reese, and she shoved Angel Reese in the back, man, I got up and I clapped. I said, yes. Angel Reese got up. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to smoke. This is what we want. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no victims here. These are ballers. These is girls playing out here.
That's
We don't
right.
feel sorry for nobody. Ain't nobody a victim. This is ballers. Let's see it. These girls are coming in. They shooting like Curry. They dribbling crazy. They going to the rack. You got the big girls doing their thing. We got people coming behind it. So I would all I'm saying is they need to get off that narrative and stop treating them like girls and start treating them like athletes. And we already see that the league is going good. So I'm really looking forward to it this year.
Well, Brian T., you said a mouthful about that WNBA. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, man. Yeah, the WNBA. Before I move on to you, Big Mel, has grown so much. Viewership is out off the chart. Right, the ball handling skills is just so much better than the last 10, 15 years. I couldn't watch a game. They were so sloppy with it. My God. I said, I can't watch this shit. now, the right? Okay. I gotta do that. Thank you for that, Brian T. Big Mel, you got 2 minutes. What's on your sports chest? Talk to me.
Right, that was good with the WNBA. That was cool. Definitely been checking that out since my daughter, she's so much into basketball, playing it. So
That's
that's
what's up.
definitely is cool. Definitely following it harder than I ever been. It's definitely been exciting so far. But what I get on my chest is the Lakers.
Yeah, I knew that.
I gotta talk about these Lakers. I gotta sit back for this.
Yeah,
So that's
you
why
sit back.
no Laker hat on, no nothing.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand. We should have been. First of all, we should have been in into the conference final. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? That's number one because I don't know what happened with our coaching. You coach so well all season. You know what I'm saying? You go with your bench. You go with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You have a good chemistry, good role. Know how to make adjustments, in-game adjustments. That's what we was studying him for. Okay, you know how to make good in-game adjustments. Okay, cool. To get to the playoffs. Get to the playoffs first round and get beat like that. And don't make not one single adjustment the whole series. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he had like a personal issue with Hayes. I don't know if he like had something. I don't know if he slept with his wife or something like that, Hayes, or with his girl or something. I don't know what it was. He had an issue with Hayes with. I could not understand that. He would
Uh-huh.
playing for nothing. You see the size that we have. You got Guerrero. He had 27 points and 24 rebounds. How does that happen? They put him with the greats who had numbers like that. They put him with the Olajuwons. They put him back in the days of guys with numbers like that. How do we give up numbers like that? That doesn't make any sense at all. At all. I mean, JJ Redick had pissed me off so much. It was his fault. I put like 80% of it was on him while we lost that series. No adjustments, doing the same thing. You're gonna play LeBron James. You're gonna play him and Luka the whole, the whole second half.
Yeah.
Not a breather. And then they was dead in the fourth. He was doing Thibodeau. He like Thibodeau for the Knicks, man. The way he was doing LeBron and doing Luka. These dudes, they had no lift in the fourth quarter. Struggling on defense, struggling. Because this dude coaching. And he got veterans on his bench. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. He got the veteran. He got Nate Robb. He got the veterans on his bench who coached before. And I'm pretty sure they was probably telling him, like, yo, this is what's going on. He probably was being stubborn. Nah, I'm going with this. Had to be. And then he'll get mad at the reporters because they're pointing out what we pointing out. So he gets mad with them and don't want to talk or walked off or whatever. You know, it was terrible. I just had to get that off, man. I hope he learns from that series. He learns as a coach to make sure you make those adjustments and keep the personal stuff at home, man. I don't know what his problem was, man. And I ended there.
Yeah, you said mouthful. You thought Jackson Hayes and his wife had something going? Cosby, you got 2 minutes. Get whatever sports you want to get off your chest, Cosby. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Just going to say, go New York, go New York, go.
All right.
Can't wait. Hopefully they win. My heart says that they're going to win the championship. I'm looking forward to that because I would love to have some 2025 NBA champion New York Knicks gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with the license plates. I'm going to go the whole nine. I'm going to go all out. Can't wait.
All
that's
right.
my heart saying that.
That's what you want to get off your chest.
Yeah, that's what I want to get off my chest.
My man.
I love what Brian was talking about with the WNBA. I think he's absolutely right. Stop that nonsense with the cattiness with Caitlin Clark. She's already proven that she belongs. She had a great year, and she's gonna have even a better year this year. That league has so many versatile superstars. They need to package that better. Otherwise, people are going to start walking away from it because you're taking away from the narrative of them being extremely skilled basketball players. This is not housewives or whatever the case may be. Cut that narrative out. You know what I'm saying? So I think, Brian, you were absolutely right. And as far as Big Mel, love you, man, for saying about JJ Redick. I think I think he lost the team. I don't know, man. The way he coached is kind of nuts. And then he's such a hothead. I mean, dude, have some, you made mistakes. It's fine. But he didn't want to admit it. And then he's storming off from press conferences and stuff like that with no give, no take. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I don't think that he's going to last too long, to be honest with you. Lastly, I want to go to NFL. The Giants, man. Geez, man. Hopefully they can win 4 games this year. I'm hoping they win 4 games this year. Let's see what happens. And with that young man, Shedeur Sanders, I'm hoping that he gets the start for the Cleveland Browns and just turn the league out. I'm hoping that he, because I think that he has the personality and the skill set to do it. I think him being with Cleveland is the perfect place for him because I think he can't fail there. So I'm hoping. And plus, you know what? He's going to get a lot. People trying to suppress this brother. This brother is a magnet. You know what I'm saying? For the media, so on and so forth. Cleveland's numbers is going to go off the chart just because of him. So I'm wishing him nothing but the best.
You had a lot to say. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for that, Cosby. And we're going to end the show with Jay Ice. What you got off your chest? 2 minutes, baby.
Around the sports world, I do agree with Brian. WNBA, they got a jewel there that's just only getting shinier. They just got to make sure that they polish it and don't and don't lose it. But they got to pay these ladies. I mean, you look at some of the salaries that they're making. A high paid city worker. In some cases, and I was appalled at that because the WNBA, they're making money. They're making money. They got to market it better. They got to pay these ladies more. They need to be coming out with the low millions, to get them on the right space and stuff. And like they said, they're skilled players. They all have game. You're not looking at AAA. I mean, they're getting paid the same amount of like G League money for NBA, if not less. Yeah. G League money and stuff. So that's something that needs to change, and they need to really address it because I turn on a WNBA game anytime I see it on, and I'm happy. I mean, they're balling all the time. The competition level is immense. So I'm really satisfied with that. Shedeur Sanders, man, I watched that draft. I saw what was coming. They were going after the father more so than the son.
Yeah.
And Shedeur, I do think his story is going to be just like how Cosby was saying. He's going to do well in Cleveland. He's going to show them. It's going to be a whole season of look at me now, and I think Shedeur he's going to rise up to that, and I hope he really kind of takes advantage of some of these teams that passed on him that needed a quarterback, didn't want to take a chance, want to send a message, so he should send the message back. Hope he gets that opportunity. Jets and Giants, it's hard fought, amongst the New York City teams. Who's going to be the ones that make the dumbest moves? But so far the Giants, you guys, you took the Jets' crown. At least we got Justin Fields. At least we have something that has a glimmer of hope and stuff up there. We got rid of, the whack job and stuff. But the Giants, man, I hope you're the best and stuff as far as with that quarterback position. Hope something opens up for you. As far as my Knicks, no, it's the first time we're gonna be champions in a long time. That's all I got to say.
Well, I want to thank all four of y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Brian T, as always, you know it. Come on, Big Mel, Cosby, J. Ice. I appreciate my veterans. I had to get my veterans on this show. Yeah, we got the conference finals that's getting ready to start. Yeah, 4 teams left. Yeah, Mr. Clutch, Tyrese Halliburton, Ant-Man, right? Oh, man, come on, man. This is going to be something. This is definitely going to be something. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me in my basement. To my viewers and to my listeners, please continue to check me out on my YouTube channel and subscribe. Check me out on my streaming platform, Spotify. We still working out some kinks with Apple. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it back. Also, check me out. I'm on TikTok live every Tuesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, giving you guys these smoking, entertaining hot topics. We go for an hour. We have a great time. Listen, please remember to check out the Even Flow Coffee Company, created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. For more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in a pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.